gonna snow right here in Dixie. Oh, you want to start it with your song?
No, I don't want to. There's no singing. You
snow.
told me before the podcast
That's
started.
not what I said.
There's no singing.
That's
today.
not what I said.
You said word for word.
First of all, I couldn't stop you from singing, even though I want to. And you came in singing right off the Rudy Toot Toots and Rummy Tum Tums. A couple of Rudy Toot Toots. Yeah, we got a couple of Rummy Tum Tums in the house tonight. Oh, man.
Rudy Toot Toot, Rummy Tum Tum.
The original lyrics to Santa Claus is Coming to Town can actually be found in 1001 Arabian Nights. Great Disney song, Arabian Nights.
Andy.
What?
I was out and about the other day.
Uh-huh.
Out and about.
Man of the town.
And
man of the people.
In a rush, flying around. Gotta get this done. Gotta get this done. Gotta get this.
Sure.
Gotta get that done. Gotta get that done. Because I was going to the world's largest disco. We'll get to that in a second. I came across something. I think this is the coolest Christmas present I've ever got you.
Really?
I think it's, to me, maybe not to you.
Uh-huh.
You are more knowledgeable about things.
Okay.
Like, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I get something that looks cool, I'm like, is this cool? You usually have a little more context behind
I'll accept
things.
that compliment. I'll let that go right to my ego.
But I think this is a cool one.
Mm-hmm.
I think I nailed it.
Okay.
Because you're pretty good in the present category. Ever since you got me the pen set. You've been steady climbing.
What pen set?
You never remember the pen set. That is like a moment I'll never forget.
No, I still wait. I remember that. I vaguely remember that. Well, that was a long time ago, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were like in middle school.
Yeah, the latest run of presents I've been on. For you,
ever since then,
excellent.
That started a what I would consider a heater.
Yeah, snowball. Yeah, which I don't know what I'm gonna get you this year. But I feel pressure to bring it.
You got me. One year you got me a Kanga cooler when they first came out. The high
I think
noon
that was
one.
last year.
No, that was like 3 years ago.
Okay.
But I let one of my roommates at the time use it. They needed a cooler to go golfing.
Haven't seen it since. Disappeared. That's the way it goes.
I'm salty about it. I really liked that thing.
Yeah.
And they're cool.
Yeah.
Now I don't have one. Somebody does, though. A cool one, too.
Hey, if it's out there causing joy, that's the best we can hope for.
But not my joy.
Yeah, but still somebody out there.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's having a cold one out of it right now. Listen to this. Fucking scumbag.
Oh, yeah. Keep going. Because you were talking more about. Oh, you wanted to talk about the disco, right?
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that. I mean,
it was just regular disco. Good time.
Yeah, a lot of people. Very large.
Yeah. World's largest.
Yeah, I'd like to fact check that. Like, it's huge. But I just feel like, why would we have the world, like, nowhere else in the world?
Buffalo, I can see Buffalo being.
Really?
Well, for one thing, did you know that the floor
the Rat Pack.
Okay, not what I was going to say, but all right. That is the name of something. So goddamn, you really fucking threw me off. Did you know that the light up floor from Saturday Night Fever, the most famous disco movie starring John Travolta, was made in North Tonawanda?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, by Benjamin Light Up Florian.
Don't snap at me after that. That was
bad.
No statement has least deserved to snap.
I couldn't think of a good old timey name.
Yeah, then just leave it. Then just don't say anything. You don't have to say anything.
No, I did have to say something.
No, you didn't. So you said the worst thing possible.
You telling me that I don't have to say anything is a ridiculous statement because we are recording a podcast.
That's true. But in that particular, you don't have to throw out a fake name.
Anyway.
It's going to be bad. Yeah.
Could be. I said something and I heard somebody say, because I've questioned it a little bit, but I did hear somebody respond, world's largest indoor disco. So maybe there's a larger outdoor disco.
What the fuck would an outdoor disco even look like? Disco is an indoor man's game.
Yeah, because you need to
be
a
shut-ins
lights.
game. Yeah, the lights are a big
What
part
were you
of
going to ask?
Oh, so you wore that big afro wig. Did you wear that the whole night?
No.
Okay. I was just wondering how long it lasted.
I would have worn it the whole night, but wasn't a crowd pleaser.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
A lot of people were telling me to take the wig off. A lot of outside influence.
They didn't like it?
No. I mean, it was probably a 70-30 split. People that didn't like it to did like it.
Okay.
Like
Wow.
it's a heavy influence.
Yeah, that is pretty rough.
And then I told somebody else they could take it for a spin, and they looked fantastic in it.
Yeah.
But they didn't even end up wearing it.
But you got to give it up.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
So we put it in a drawer and we hid it so nobody could have it before we even left for the disco.
Nice. Oh, man, you didn't even wear it to the
No,
disco?
they didn't make it to the disco.
That's all right. I think I could have been a disco man back in the day.
Not me.
I think I
Not
could do
me.
it.
I'll tell you what. Thing goes from 9 to 1, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Yeah.
That is a lot of disco.
Yeah, but hey, you got to be ready. You
No,
gotta
and I
do a
was,
little
but then
dance,
people
make
were
a
like,
little
"Let's
love.
go." People were like going places after that. I'm like, I'm going to like therapy, like physical therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my body was.
Disco's not an easy thing, man. You got to really, be on, you got to be an athlete to be a discoer. The Bee Gees all ripped. Every one of them had a crazy six-pack. You just couldn't see it under all the chest hair.
Fair enough.
I'm thinking about, there's a Jiu Jitsu place that opened up across the street. And I'm thinking that I want to go check it out. I want to go check it out.
Should we do some jiu-jitsuing?
I think so.
Do you think you could belt up? Like, do you get belts in jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, I think you get belts in like any martial art. But so yeah, you can be a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
You could be a white belt.
Yeah, you could be all the belts. Purple. I think I might get to purple and then stop.
Is purple right before black?
Probably.
And then I think brown.
I think it's white.
No, I think white is like white.
No, white's the first belt.
Oh, what's after black? There's a belt after black.
What? Double black.
No.
You get striped
Yeah,
black.
I
No, I
wish you
swear
did.
to God, it's double black belt. It's like black with like a stripe on it, and that's the number one. But I want to, I don't know, because I'm so...
No. In a lot of cases in martial arts, the black belt is the highest belt. But in a few arts, including judo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and karate, the red belt is reserved for exemplary masters of the art and is above the black belt.
No way. Wow.
You could never red. You could never red.
You could. Now I'm going to red belt just to prove it to you.
I'd be
There was a
fired
guy-
up to be all like, yo, my brother, red belt.
I was on
He'd
the
beat your ass.
I was on the website for this place. It's called Lumber City Combat Sports. Just shout out to them.
Great name.
Yeah. They've got a good logo. And
Do they sweep the leg?
oh, you can't be sweeping the leg. I can't be part of the Cobra Kai.
I'm just curious.
Put him
Sweep
in a
the
body
leg.
bag. No, I can't be part of that devious intent, okay, with Johnny and the rest of the blonde boys. But there was some guy, they have like a couple different people that work there in the one guy's bio. It said it took him, I think he got his black belt in like 9 years or something. And that's like what you got to do. That's like the commitment to it. But I think it'd be fun. I want to do it.
That doesn't seem that long.
No, I guess not in the grand scheme of things. But that's like the kind of thing like,
There's probably people walking around with black belts willy-nilly if it only takes 9 years.
I mean, I don't know about, but it takes 9 years of discipline, I guess. I mean, 9 years is a long time.
There's
to
a lot of
do-
people
to
that
do
play a
anything.
lot of sports.
Like,
though,
think
for more
about
than
how
9
old were
years.
you 9 years ago? 14 or 16?
How old am I now?
You're 24, right? So 15 years old. You couldn't even drive. Think about how much your life has changed since then.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like most people play the same sport for like 20 years.
Yeah, but it's different, I think, though, when you are in a team sport, obviously, for sure, as opposed to martial arts, which they have teams and stuff, but like,
But it'd be like
different,
playing
but it is
tennis. It's an
different.
individual sport.
yeah, but even
Or
so,
bowling.
Oh God,
Like if you're a really good bowler,
right?
which I'm not.
Yeah, but it's also different, like when you start as a kid and you're in that kind of organized sports thing. Like you're getting driven to practice because you you kind of want to be there, but you also kind of don't have a choice sometimes. Yeah. So I think I want to give it a shot because I'm not
break planks,
and I'm not unhealthy or anything. But I just want to that's a thing. I just want to do something that's good exercise. Ideally, I'd want to swim laps every day, but there's a lot of problems with that. One, I got to drive to a pool. I don't want to do that. And then I got to get in the pool. What if there's other people in the pool? I don't want to be, I want to be focused. And also, if you, when I swam and was at practice every day, your skin gets so fucking dry. Your hair gets messed up, dry and terrible. I was just so itchy all the time. Itchy and cold 24/7 because I was just surrounded by chlorine so much.
Yeah, I recall. You had special shampoo.
Yeah, you got to get special shampoo. There was a guy on our team whose hair turned gray because he swam so much and the chlorine dyed his hair. Or it killed it, it changed the color of his hair.
What if we got a saltwater pool?
Is that different?
Yeah, there's no chlorine in it.
Well, I don't know. I feel like that would probably have its own problems, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if
still
those
get
are
dry.
ideal. I don't know if
you'd
those
still end up dry.
Salt. I don't know if they're.
I just mean water in general. I feel like if you're gonna be dry.
I don't know if it's all ideal conditions for swimming though. Saltwater pools.
I feel like you'd have a little buoyancy.
Yeah. It might not be the best though. I don't know. But swimming, that was great exercise.
Yes, swimming is good exercise. I like to swim.
It's the holiday season, and Rudy toot boop ba-dee-dee dop. And everybody zippity zap. Folks, you don't want to be left out in the cold this holiday season, okay? That's why Instacart is making everything easier for you, because with Instacart you can avoid the grocery store and get not just groceries, but some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour, okay? Whatever you're looking for, Instacart will bring it right to you. You don't even have to leave the couch, and you can do something else, okay, if you're interested. You can also compare your shopping carts to celebrities like Lizzo. See what Lizzo is up to. See what items you guys match on. Celery, Oreos, I don't know. Anything could be on that list. Why don't you go to Instacart and check it out? The best part about all of this is that right now, Two in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more when they sign up for Instacart. All you have to do to get that deal is hit the link in this episode description. Make things a little easier on yourself this holiday season and start using Instacart today. Folks, I like to keep the studio nice and chilly, all right? I like to keep everybody on their toes, but in doing that, you're going to need something to warm yourself up, okay? You're going to want to bundle up when you come in here, and a great place to get some of the most comfortable sweatshirts you have ever tried on is at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. That's where all the merch for this show is going to be. You can get yourself something nice. It's also a great way to support this show. Not only do we have hoodies on there, also Tri-Blend t-shirts, the fucking best t-shirts in the goddamn game, but all kinds of other stuff. Mugs for tea, cocoa, whatever you're looking for to keep you warm this winter. We've got all kinds of accessories like those cool metal water bottles, bucket hats, slides, all kinds of great stuff available, again, only at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Merch, not just for this show, Two in the Cooler, but also for Scheming and Dreamin', and also for Quested, the Dungeons & Dragons podcast that we produce right here. They've got a really sick fanny pack. That is awesome. So again, you can check all of that out at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com, or just hit the link in this episode description or in our Instagram bio. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show, Scheming and Dreamin', or Quested, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching tens of thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. I was just listening to a podcast yesterday, and a goddamn McDonald's ad played right in the middle of it. And here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. Let's get real for a second about this, because here's the problem. One of the things that makes podcast advertising so successful, and it is, look at the numbers, or again, reach out to us, because I'll show them to you. All of, the reads that we do, they're all host read, and traditionally, in podcasting, the ads have been host read. This was not a host read ad, so it's already suckier than anything. These large companies, it's cool to see them moving a little away from, traditional media or whatever into the podcast space. But the problem is they ruin everything, and it doesn't leave any room for smaller local companies to get in on the action. But that's why we are here. So if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising, why these big companies are starting to get into it, again, hit us up, reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com.
I like to swim.
Yeah. I just remember, being like, I remember one day at practice just being like, this isn't very fun anymore. And then I quit like the week after.
No, you broke your hand.
No, that's not what happened.
And then you came back?
Yeah. Whenever I broke my hand, it either didn't affect affect the swimming. No, I swear to God, it didn't. It's not the reason I stopped that much. I am positive.
You definitely missed like half a season at least with a broken.
I don't know. But it did. But it didn't stop. It didn't.
Then
stop
maybe
me.
you came back after that.
I mean, if that's the case, then I definitely did. But I don't remember me breaking my old pinky.
I don't recall.
Still the only thing I've ever broken. Shout out to the man who shattered my pinky. Still out there wandering the streets. God.
You need another break? You need a broken bone? I'll snap you up.
Well, that's why I'm getting ready for Jiu Jitsu, baby. Jiu Jitsu is the one where you're like on the ground.
Oh,
It's that. You're rolling. That's what they call it. That's like the slang.
So
that's
there's
like the lingo,
no
you're rolling.
There's no
No kias. I don't think so. Not really.
there's no board breaking.
I don't think so. I'm sure they have boards if you are feeling
break one.
overzealous, but I don't think it's really part of the. I mean, you have to have boards. You can't open a place up without having boards. But I don't think boards are as important to this martial art as they are.
I wonder.
It's such an important part.
I
Of every
wonder
other one.
who. I wonder what company distributes those boards. Because what a niche market that they just have nailed.
Yeah.
Because now they have boards that are simulated boards that have that you break and then they I don't know how they work, but there's
them.
magnets or something like that, or they lock into place
Sure.
somehow to replicate the strength that it would take to break.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sounds cheap though. You know what I mean? Even if it works well, it just seems like
Because
there's an
challenge.
asterisk.
There's this challenge where you have to break
Oh my
the
God.
harder boards.
I love that, the 1 inch
without-
punch.
Yeah.
I love that. That's the coolest fucking thing. That's like the Bruce Lee ultimate. I'm pretty sure that's how he beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in that movie. Is he 1 inch punched him, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar went flying.
What's the rule?
Well, yeah, I
You
see.
can't
I see
pull
people
back,
do it a lot.
right?
Yes. You pow. Here. I'll put my hand up.
I need to come
And then
a
you
little
just
closer,
close.
though.
Okay. Yeah. And then you just close.
Yeah.
That was good. Ready? Oh, that was no fuck. I can't follow. I can't. There's no way my 1 inch punch is gonna be that. That was a good 1 inch punch.
I feel like
oh my God, his hand is glowing.
I feel good about that.
He's got
I feel really good about
rings.
that. We need boards, man.
Yeah, Emily, run out and get us boards.
Get us some boards.
Emily, go get the boards. Run to the board store.
Where are you fucking? That felt
No,
really
that
good.
was a good
Yeah.
1 inch punch. I did not expect it to be anywhere near like that. Yeah, there's no way my 1 inch punch can.
Come on, one
can
try.
stand up. It's not good. It's gonna be so lame. It's gonna be.
You
so
gotta give it
lame.
one try for me, Andy. For me. Ancestors protect you. That was not good. That's not a good 1 inch punch.
It felt so bad. I almost fell out of my chair. That's how bad the 1 inch punch was.
You gotta practice. See, that looked way better. That looked way better than what you threw at me. You gotta wax on, Andy.
Yeah, I'll wax on. Wax
Wax
off.
these,
You
buddy.
gotta wax on to wax off, baby.
This sweatshirt that I'm wearing,
Oakley.
yeah, it's very nice.
Haven't seen Oakley around in a long time.
Don't name drop.
I'm sorry. I'm just reading.
Wait
See
till you
I
hear the
see
story.
words and I read them.
Got fuzz on me. No, the story behind this hoodie is is a very good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Must have purchased this hoodie and wore it to my house and left it there about a month ago, and texted me like the next day and said, "Hey, left my hoodie there, like in the living room. We put it in a safe spot." Yes, of course. So I do.
Yeah,
It sits
on
there
your body.
No, it sat there for a couple days, and then I was doing laundry. I'm like, "Oh, I'll wash the hoodie for him." So I washed the hoodie, and then I folded it up. Was sitting there for like 2 weeks, and then about 2 weeks ago, one day I was like, "That hoodie's right there. I'm just gonna throw it on." And I'll never give this hoodie back, ever.
It does look nice.
And I don't think that they know that I still have it in my possession until they're going to see me wearing it sitting here. Which is why you can't name drop it.
Oh, sorry.
You should blur out the logos so I can deny
yeah, Emily,
what
just
hoodie
blur
it
out
is.
Matthew for the
Yeah.
whole episode.
Yeah.
Or just do it like, you know that part in
Just
Harry
blur
Potter?
my face. So like, who's wearing my hoodie?
And we'll redact your name in the title of the episode. And well, every time we say Matthew's name, that's a bleep. That's a bleep.
My name will be Smorgasbord.
Smorgasbord. Smorgasbordman?
No,
Good to meet you.
Smorgasbord.
Okay, I was just
Sure,
trying to
Smorgas.
build. I was just trying to build off the bit, Matthew.
No, that
it's
was
called improvisation.
It wasn't good.
Yeah, it was. It was the best. It was the best you've ever seen.
Smooth black butter. I swear I don't want to talk about USA television shows. I swear
That's
to you.
always a lie. That's always a lie.
But
You
I
can
started
dip in real quick.
I started watching White Collar again last night,
Wow. Okay.
and the first episode of that show,
It is so good. It's a
so
great
good.
pilot. It's a great pilot.
it's so good.
They found that's the thing is they found their stride immediately. Like they had such a great idea of what the show was right off the bat.
And like when Peter shows up to that crappy motel to pick up Neil the first morning, and he's like, "Oh, Snake Eyes," and he's got the note. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
The guy who's like the keep of the hotel calls him Snake Eyes. And that's his room number. So when Peter comes back, he's like, "I'm here to pick up Neil Caffrey." He's like, "Oh, Snake Eyes. Yeah, left me a note." Hands him the note. I moved 1.6 miles away. He goes there, and it's just, just the whole
Oh,
nine.
when yeah, that's right. I remember that now.
And then he's like, "You're early," and he's like, "Go get dressed." And he comes downstairs in the divorce suit, and he's like, "You look like a cartoon character. Will you stop doing that with your hat?" Because he keeps spinning his hat.
Yeah.
And Neil goes,
Dude.
"This is classic Rat Pack." And that's why I said that's why Rat Pack was on my mind.
There was like a period of time, I think when White Collar came out, where doing like hat shit was like so
No,
cool.
if you did hat
Like
shit, you were
like,
a millionaire at least.
Like
Yeah.
I remember fucking
Watch this
like
one.
with a baseball cap. I'm sorry people have this, but like yeah, you could probably do it. Yeah, like that. Like
Yeah, one of these.
yeah, like everybody was
They were
like
rolling their
Yeah.
rolling their hats.
yeah. Hat rolling,
Yeah.
professional hat
Yeah.
rollers. That was like such God. The fedora pandemic really shook America to its core for a minute there.
How? Yeah, I mean, people were hat rolling, but how many people
that's,
were?
Fedora's probably the worst hats, I think. Although it's, you know what? It's tough. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's always about who's wearing it, because I think that some people might think the Kango hat is the worst hat, but the Kango hat is the fucking best hat. Because who can wear the Kango hat? Sam Jackson and even Kevin James in King of Queens, right? In those early seasons, he's rocking the backwards Kango, and you know what? He does a pretty good job at it.
Well, I know what I was just looking up.
Kango hats?
No, the Miyachi,
Oh my God.
because that's what I was thinking of when I was. I was like, "What the fuck is the name of that
Miyachi.
finger hacky's hat?"
Yep.
Trampoline.
Yeah. I think they still sell those.
No, they do.
That's nice.
Same with
Yeah.
those.
We got pretty good
The
at those.
snakes.
Oh, those fucking weird things. I never got those. Those always freaked me out. The like pipe cleaner worm
Yeah.
snake things. They always. Ugh. Do you remember what were those
And they just-
balls? You remember those metal balls,
Yeah.
fushikis or something?
Yeah. Fushiki.
Yeah, I think it was fushiki.
And you could make them float.
Yeah, Grandma Canada got me those one time for like my birthday.
You could do this. People used to do this.
Yeah, people used to do all kinds of
Yeah.
crazy tricks with them, and they just like. What would you call? Because if you go to like, so the hacky sack is what started all of that. And that, like, that kind of toy, what would you call that kind of toy where it's like dependent on your weird body? Like, so it's like a kinetic, it's like a, God, I don't even know what you would call that, but I would definitely use the word kinetic in it. But like those like the hacky sack style toys though that are like
the thumb lights. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that's like a weird magic trick though. Yeah, that's different and dumb.
Yeah.
For some reason, that made me remember the old reptile guy when he would come into schools. Dude, I'll tell you what, I'm not afraid of snakes, like even a little bit. Spiders, obviously, scary, scary.
I would way rather be in a room of snakes than a room of spiders, like a million out of a million times.
I would never want a pet snake because they're crazy. There was this story I heard. This woman, people are so fucking nuts about.
She would sleep with her snake.
She would sleep with her snake. Yeah, you know the story. She would sleep with her snake, and her snake was like acting really weird, so she brought it to the vet. And the vet was like, "Do you sleep with your snake?" Or I think the snake was like gaining weight. And the vet was like, "Do you sleep with your snake?" She goes, "Yes, snake's in my bed every night." He goes, "Yeah, the snake is growing so that it can get big enough to eat you." Because people, it's the same, you know that like grizzly man? You know the grizzly man? There was this documentary called The Grizzly Man. It was about this guy who like lived with the bears or something. And he thought that he had some kind of special connection to the bears. You know how the documentary ends? The guy gets killed by a bear. He gets mauled by a fucking bear. Yeah. Like, people think that they can, like, connect to nature and stuff. But
you can to an
so
extent.
Bad. Yeah, sure. But, like,
you can't just live
predators
with bears.
are going to kill you. Like, animals don't have that same
The thing about, like, living with bears, too, is, like, bears also fight bears. Like, a bear will fight another bear.
Bears are the scariest. Like
grizzly bears.
Grizzly bears are one of the scariest animals ever. They're so scary because here's the thing: if you get killed by like a tiger, which tiger's a big fucking Bengal tiger, that's scary. If you get killed by a tiger,
I don't like large cats.
No, and that's historically speaking, large cats are the number one predator to humans. That's why, which is why it's insane to me that we have house cats. But whatever, it's whatever.
Well, those are
that's why people
cats.
are afraid of the dark is because of cats. Fun fact.
What? Time out. Let's go down that road first. Let's dissect that.
The reason people are afraid of the dark is because,
cats
like I
said, in the dark?
Yeah, and like I said, cats were, historically speaking, like early humans, large cats were the number one killer.
That and the common cold.
Yes, yep, that and smallpox. So when nighttime would come around, before people really, like pre-fire, obviously, for sure, but even like once fire got going a little bit, and then before wolves were domesticated so that they could warn people. That's why there's that battle between cats and dogs, right? Because when we domesticated wolves, the deal was if you protect us, cats, we'll give you food.
Yeah.
And cats was the number one things that would start to creep towards human encampments that dogs would bark at. That rivalry goes way back, man.
What about for cat dog? How does he fit into the equation?
See, that's the
harmony amongst each other.
Harmony amongst each other. You know, the cat dog is an ideal that we should all strive for.
Back to wherever we were. Death by grizzly bear.
Death by grizzly bear. So if you get killed by a wolf or a tiger, the way that those animals kill, I don't want to use the terms because I don't think I'm going to get them right, but the first thing they do is bite your neck and slit your jugular so that you're dead, and then they can eat you.
Bears, they go for like the stomach.
Bears
right?
don't give a fuck if you're dead because they know you can't get away. So they start eating things alive. And the way that a bear is going to kill you is it's going to catch up to you. It's just going to put its hand on your chest and start eating you, and you're going to live through the whole fucking thing.
Till you die.
Yes, and you're going to be screaming, obviously, and the bear just does not give a fuck because it's
no, death by bear doesn't sound great.
It's the most terrifying thing.
If I had a suggestion, though, I would say don't put yourself in a scenario where you could die from a bear.
You got to stay away from bears.
Like,
at all costs.
Do you remember when Uncle Tim went to Alaska to fish?
Yes.
And he, like, his friends would go, had, like, previously gone. He wouldn't go because he was that worried about bears.
As you should be.
A legitimate fear.
Yeah. However,
we saw a grizzly bear when we were in Alaska.
I didn't see a bear.
Oh, we saw a bear.
I swear to God, I didn't see a bear.
Oh.
Also, it wouldn't be a grizzly bear. It'd be a black bear.
No.
No
They
way.
got grizzlies in Alaska.
There is no way we saw a grizzly bear,
Bro,
though.
I'm telling
There's
you.
no way we did. I know we didn't.
I'm telling you.
I don't think so. There's no way. There's no way.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm sure grizzly bears live in Alaska, but I don't think we saw one. I don't think we saw any.
No.
The only thing I remember seeing is the eagle.
We did. We saw a bear, too.
And are you sure it was a bear, or are you sure it wasn't that big dog?
No, we saw a fucking bear.
I don't think so. There was a dog whose name was Bear.
No. We saw a bear.
I think you're thinking
No,
of that
it was
dog.
from a distance. We were on the bike tour.
Yeah.
From a distance, bear crossed the path.
No.
Yes!
That didn't happen.
From a far distance.
I swear to God that didn't happen. The guy did tell the guide
No.
told us stories about seeing a bear, but I know we did not see a bear. We didn't see
Bear.
a bear. It would be
Bear.
burned into my memory.
We saw a bear.
No, we
I've
didn't.
seen a bear.
No, we didn't.
Let's
call up.
seeing
You
a
remember
bear.
how there was only one other guy on the tour? Do you remember that?
No.
He was like this red-haired guy with
It
glasses.
was the four of us and that
It was
guy.
it was the four of us, our immediate family, and then this guy.
The tour guide?
The tour guide.
Six
and then
of us.
This guy, yeah.
How was he?
He was fine. He was like, my family wouldn't come with me on this bike tour, so I just like wanted
good
to. So I
tour.
just wanted to do it. Yeah, it was great. It was
saw
great.
a
The
bear.
guide was super nice. No, we did not see a bear. We didn't see a bear. We saw an eagle, which was cool.
Yeah, we did.
Might have seen two eagles, but there's no way we saw a bear. We saw that dog. There was that. I think you're thinking of the
No,
dog.
why? What? But no, I don't even.
Because it was an Alaskan Malamute, which is one of the biggest dogs.
I know what it
it's like
is.
bear sized, and the dog's name was Bear.
Where did we see the dog?
When you know where the tour ended at like the salmon cookout. Do you remember that? There was the guy singing
I
Blackbird
was
by
too
the
busy.
Beatles
I
on
was too busy
acoustic,
thinking about the bear.
which we didn't see. You were too busy imagining a bear in your mind. That cruise, I loved. Because it was so different from other cruises. And it was very much...
I watched... Was
very
that the
much
one
more
I
me.
watched Soul Surfer
Yes, it is.
175,000 times?
That is the one. That is the one where you committed the script of Soul Surfer to memory.
The problem with that cruise was it was so rock. I'm a big cruise guy, too.
Yeah.
I love cruise. I hate when people say they don't like cruises, but I will say that cruise at times got the best of me. Because when you're you got to go on a small, for people who don't know, you go on an Alaskan cruise, you leave out of Seattle, you go boop, 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 up to Alaska, boop, 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 back down through Victoria, British Columbia, boop, 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 back to Seattle. You got to go through channels and shit. So, there's a maximum size. I mean, it's still a giant ass cruise ship, but it's not, as big as some of the cruise ships that you may take to through the Caribbean
Bahamas,
and whatnot.
whatever, yeah.
And you got to go through like channels that lead from like ocean to sea. Whatever the difference
from
is
sea to shining
from
sea.
sea to shining sea, and where they meet, it's like two bodies of water colliding.
Yeah.
And it's very Chop City, and there was giant waves like all the time when this was going on, like to the point where in the cabin that you and I were in, it was an inside cabin, small, and it had the TV pulled out of the wall, and when we would be sleeping at times because the boat was rocking, the TV would slide in and out of the wall.
Yeah.
Like viciously.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I did. I liked the rocking on that one, but I would just every day I would get up and I would take one of my Rolling Stone magazines and I would go drink hot chocolate and read it. I'll never forget reading this article about Mark Wahlberg on that cruise ship, and the guy it's a very small article at the beginning of this Rolling Stone issue, and the man describes how he's going to meet Mark Wahlberg at like this coffee place or whatever, and the way that he writes Mark Wahlberg entering this coffee shop is just so flowery and like flourishy. It makes Wahlberg sound like the coolest guy of all time. It's like he came in with this leather jacket. I've never seen a creature more confident in my life, just like stuff like that. And I was like, wow, Mark Wahlberg must be sick. Little did I know about the whole I'm going to beat up an Asian guy and blind him for life thing. You take the good, you take the bad, and there you have Marky Mark.
In theory,
I will say,
he would have.
Good Vibrations is such a good fucking song. I didn't mean to step on your 9/11 joke, but that song.
That's Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, this is Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Didn't know that.
What a career. What a career. Yo, it's about that time to bring forth the rhythm and the rhyme. I'm going to get mine, so get yours. I want to see sweat coming out your pores. He does. That's one of those in that song, though, like, when he's like, I want to make everybody dance. The white, the black, the red, the yellow, like all that shit. And it's like, what the fuck, Marky Mark?
Different time.
Different times, but that is.
But he's got those good vibrations still.
But and I know, and then you just good vibrations. Oh, I forgot. Forget about the racism in that good vibrations. That's a great tune. That one's going on the list for the wedding, for my wedding, for sure.
I'll get loose to that song.
It's a great song. Everybody gets loose to that song. It's good vibrations.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what song these are? Okay.
I can already tell you what songs aren't on the list.
Yeah, I know, but I want to say it right now. 2 songs that are on the do not playlist at my wedding are the Cupid Shuffle and the Cha Cha Slide. Nobody's putting those on.
Mambo Number 5?
Yeah, that song's fine. Mambo Number 5 is fine. And I can see why your brain is kind of connecting those songs. Like that Mambo Number 5 does seem like it would fit in that genre.
Bit. It's not exactly the same.
No, it's not, because those two songs are songs that tell people what to do, and I don't like that. Any song that tells me what to do, I'm not listening.
What about Jump Around?
Fuck. God damn it. An immediate hole. You sunk my battleship. God, fuck. That's a great call. I will, you know what?
Because you will jump around.
I will hop around. I will hop around to that song. But
You'll be light on your feet.
I will be light on my feet.
You're not taking air.
But even I don't really like jump. Because you gotta jump. You know what I mean? So I'm not like fully jumping. Well, I just like raise my I just like lift, like kind of lift onto my tippy toes. Like I just lift onto my, I don't full jump.
Did I just mash 2 songs?
Yeah. Oh. Not a bad mash though. Classic wedding mashup. But I just hate when the Cha-Cha Slide and the Cupid Shuffle start to play, and then everybody all of a sudden fucking lines up like they're getting ready to go to gym class in elementary school or some shit, and I'm like, everybody starts moving the same way. I'm like, this is wrong. This is not right. This is not what people should be doing.
I used to... You've started to get me to come around on this statement, because if you're doing it, it seems fine. But when you sit there and actually watch it happen as you're explaining, it's a little bit Nazi youth-ish.
Yes, it's alarming.
Yeah.
It's alarming.
What was that book? Fuck, Andrew. What was that book?
What was that book? I thought
where
everybody was going to join
was like,
in.
let's try this as a social experiment, and like started.
There was a real-life social experiment. That had to do with racism,
No,
I don't know what
you're thinking of that movie.
No, I'm thinking of the eye color thing.
That's not what I'm thinking of.
Which is this teacher said to her class one day, people with blue eyes are better. Like just out of the blue to the kids, just to see how they would react, and they started treating the brown-eyed kids like shitty. And she was like, got ya, which is fucking, like, nobody signed a permission slip for that. You could literally do anything to kids in school back in the day. Like, just full-on social, like, who is, like, this lady, like, she proved a very good point, and, like, there was years later, there was, like, a 20th anniversary reunion between all the kids, and if I was a brown-eyed kid in that class, which I'd never go near a brown-eyed kid, just for the record, but if I were one of those dirty-ass poop eyes... there's no way I would go back to that anniversary class, because I'm like, oh, the teacher who fucking used me and all of my friends treated me like shit for a day. Because even once you reveal to those kids that, like, this was just an experiment, it's not real, they're still going to be fucked up from that. So your life is still going to be kind of fucked up for at least like a few weeks. You're never going to recover.
You know what it is. Strength through discipline, strength through community, strength through action, the wave.
The wave, that's the thing they would make us say at Boys State. Oh, no, they at Boy. Okay.
No.
Oh, yeah.
The book where it's like the history teacher and the students are like, we don't understand how this, like, how did so many people, and he's like, let me show you.
Yeah. Isn't it, dude, what a great prank to pull on somebody is to turn them into a Nazi without them knowing it. That is the ultimate punked episode.
Turn him into a Nazi, Sale.
Q failed to steal this from someone's shopping cart. Now he's got to commit a hate crime. Now he's got to put 6 million Jews to death as his punishment.
Did you see that video of fuck, what's that? I think it was Eric Andre. It was the cast of Impractical Jokers, and they like low key convince Eric Andre that like did you see this?
That the one guy's a hologram?
And like the whole thing, no, that the whole show is fake.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we've been making this shit up for years. These are all like the same people. And like, who was it? The one's not even real. And some guy, Mur's not even a real person. He walks by, like somebody walks by in a full green suit. And they're like, what's going on, Eric? And or whatever his name is. And they're like, who's that? He's like, oh, that's Mur. Like, Mur's not even a real person.
Yeah. That was
funny. It's funny to do to Eric Andre because that's some Eric Andre shit to do to somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got.
No, this, it's Eric Andre. It's just, he, like when he did you watch his Netflix movie, Bad Trip? It's so good. And it's all like a hidden camera type thing, but there's a narrative through it. It's excellent. It's just interesting and he was talking about in interviews how like he showed it to Sacha Baron Cohen and stuff, and it's just a very interesting because Sacha Baron Cohen, like obviously Borat, and I've talked about that show he did for Showtime, This Is America, which is like you see some of the craziest fucking shit you've ever seen in your life on that show.
Keep going, and then I got some.
But that guy takes himself a little too seriously for me, even though like I love watching his stuff, but just interpersonally. But it is interesting, the social aspect of like doing that type of comedy.
Yeah. Speaking of, I don't know anything other than what I heard about this actually on a podcast, but there's going to be an HBO show coming out. Sorry,
can you put your feet on your side?
Chair is tall today, so my legs extend. We have the worst chair.
We do
worst chairs in America.
Sorry, I'll try to find better chairs.
Yeah, we need like bucket chairs. You know when they say in like a car, like cabin seating,
yeah,
the chairs are just like.
Well, you don't want it. Yeah.
No, I know you don't want me to be too comfortable, but I would love to be too comfortable. I'll fall asleep in the middle of the show.
I'm comfortable. What? She's just adjusting the cameras, doing her job.
She's throwing water bottles.
Oh,
you didn't see that? Sorry,
I
didn't mean to call. I was just joking, and it got serious really quick.
No, she's fired. That's fine.
HBO show, finally. HBO show coming out. Don't know when. I think they're still in the process of writing it, but it's about a guy who moves to LA and tries to become like a small time bookie, and like the whole thing goes down, and the guy who's going to be the bookie is going to be played by Sebastian Maniscalco.
Nice.
And I think that's going to be maybe the funniest show ever if it's done well.
That guy, I love that guy.
He's so funny.
He said in his Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee episode, he said the best fucking thing. He said a lot of great fucking things. One of them was about, if I'm having somebody over to my house, this is me talking. If I'm having somebody over to my house, I want them to be as comfortable as possible. Keep your fucking shoes on. If you want to keep your shoes on, keep them on. I'm not going to make you take off your goddamn shoes. That's fucking crazy. I can vacuum. I can clean up. Just be comfortable. Let's have a good time. And he's talking about how he went to somebody's house and he walked in and they were like, our house is a no shoes environment, and then you see like 20 pairs of shoes lined up at the front door, and this is a line Maniscalco has. He goes, "How can you have a conversation with another man looking at his golden toes?" And I'm like, I've been in that exact situation.
Wear socks.
Well, yeah, but the golden toe, that's a type of sock.
Oh,
Yeah,
see that
it's
one
a specific
went over
type
my
of
head.
sock. Yeah, you
Yeah,
missed
that
on
one.
Yeah, you're not walking around in bare feet. Can you even imagine?
No,
It's
that would be
lunacy.
That would be embarrassing. Should we do
Yeah,
Hoover of
I
the
was
Week?
about to do it too. Yeah, let's do the who would win. This week's who would win of the week is Hot Pockets versus Toaster Strudel. We're going classic OG Hot Pocket, because when you think Hot Pocket, you think pepperoni and cheese Hot Pocket.
Ham and cheese.
That's a good call.
Yeah, but we'll go pepperoni. Because that was really what inspired the whole basis of this fight.
And then, Toaster Strudel. I like the strawberry toaster strudels. That's what I'm all about.
I just liked the frosting. Like, I just wanted to put, I would
It's
double.
such a big deal.
Mom would get toaster strudels for you, and I would do like 2 frosting packets to 1 strudel, and then you'd be like, where's the frosting?
That'd make me crazy.
Well,
You shouldn't be allowed to do that. That's so fucked up.
There's not then put more frosting per packet.
No, they did. They've started putting enough in.
Really?
They did make the frosting things a little bit bigger
When's the last time you had a strud?
this morning.
You did not.
Yeah, I did.
For breakfast?
Yeah, I had 2 of them because they're good as fuck.
That was it. That was your breakfast.
I had
2 struds and a double espresso.
Yeah, that's how I start my day. That's a man's breakfast.
Hanging out by a thread, buddy.
That's a nice
John Daly. 2 Diet Cokes and a cigarette for breakfast.
Hell yeah, brother. And a steak at high
Cooked
noon.
rare.
A rare steak at high noon. I'm gonna
Flank
live forever.
steak. A rare flank steak.
A T-bone, a ribeye
From
a
the
full
corner
ribeye,
store.
a full ribeye,
Bone in.
bone in, baby.
Seared on both sides and it's done.
I suck the marrow out.
Bone marrow is good for you. Maybe. Just made that up.
Inconclusive evidence. 2 sides of the same coin. A great battle. Oh God, where do we go? I mean, first of all, Hot Pockets are hotter.
Well,
Hot Pockets are
I'm
hotter
glad
than
this
sin.
is where we went.
Hot Pockets
glad
are
this is
hotter
where we
than
went.
sin. Toaster strudels. This is typically, like, a lot of times this will happen just by coincidence when you go to toast a toaster strudel. I happen to like my strudels this way. The inside is still a little bit frozen. It's still a little bit chilly.
Yeah, it's like you ever eat an Uncrustable that's like thawed out, but the peanut butter is still just a little bit, like, has a little bit of break to it.
Yeah. My God.
Yeah. The best way to eat an Uncrustable.
Uncrustables are the best.
I went on like a
3-week
stretch where off the rails. Then we'll bring it back in. I went on like a 3-week stretch where I would buy the large box of Uncrustables, keep them in the freezer, obviously, because that's where they belong. And like on my way out the door in the morning, I would just drop one in my bag, and like 10:30, 11 o'clock, I'd be like, oh my God, dude, I got a fucking Uncrustable in my backpack right now. I'm about to smack this shit.
The perfect fucking thing, especially for lunch when you're a kid, because it's the ice pack. The Uncrustable is the ice pack. It's a genius design. That's maybe the greatest food invention of all time. The 3 greatest food inventions of all time: stuffed crust, the McGriddle, and the Uncrustable. They put the syrup right in the pancake.
The
That's
McGriddle but it's not even like, they somehow put like goops of syrup. Like, I want to, like, it's not like they cook a pancake. Because I've seen people make their own where they like, cook a mini pancake, drizzle some syrup on it. I feel like that doesn't give you the same goop. It's almost like they drop chocolate chips of syrup into this pancake. Which they
probably do.
Yeah. Frozen syrup cubes.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
How do they get the, like, they're just, oh, dude. I agree with you on McGriddles for certain. Have you ever seen the Uncrustable donut?
No.
They take Uncrustables, like they unfreeze them, thaw them out.
Yeah.
And then they take like a apple core, pretty much, and they punch a hole in the middle, and it seals itself when you push it down, right? And then they drop it in a deep fryer.
Oh my!
Like a donut,
God.
and then they hit it with some pow.
Holy!
A little bit of that white
shit.
goodness, that powdered sugar.
Good
donut.
Lord!
Uncrustable donut.
Wow.
I've never made them.
That was my nickname in high school. White goodness.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
back to the Hoopin' of the Week. I'm glad that you went to the temperature straight off the top.
Yeah.
Because I think that there's a lot to be said about that. My initial thought
this is really the song of ice and fire.
Yeah, well, my initial thought was that it would really, it would have to strike fast, and then that's when it would do the most damage. But at the same time,
the Hot Pocket striking fast? Okay.
But at the same time, it's not like it cools off. It's not like we're saying 5 minutes and this thing. Like, it takes a good 40 minutes to be able to comfortably eat a Hot Pocket when you take it out of the microwave.
They're steaming. They're
40
so
to 50.
hot.
I would even say 40 to 50.
They use them to melt diamonds in certain countries where that's still legal. However,
It's probably not true, but
no, it is. But in the battle of hot versus cold, because here's the thing: if the strudel, because it's gonna be so even with the frozenish center, it's gonna be hard to take all that heat away from the Hot Pocket. But if it could do that, then it would render the Hot Pocket useless. If you heat up the center of that strudel, the strudel still benefits from that.
not necessarily, and I'll tell you why. Because when you perfectly cook a toaster strudel, here's the problem with the toaster strudel's like fatal flaw is that it is pastry, right? Fighting dough. It's flaky. And when you cook, the more you cook it, the flakier it gets. If you can leave it just a little bit undercooked, like you're explaining, it still has a bit of doughiness to it.
Yeah.
Whereas when you really heat that bitch up, it gets that flaky pastry it's almost. I mean, we're talking you could almost disintegrate it with water.
Here's the thing, though. That's true to an extent, but the thing is, I'm telling you, I just ate two today. The flakiness, there's like an outer layer of flakiness to the strudel, but the bones are still solid.
But that's because of
like
what
when
I'm
you
talking
chip
about
away
with
at that flakiness.
But that's because, like, if you really cook it, like if you put it in the oven, the whole thing would end up flaky.
I'm telling you, under the flakiness, there's still an
Because
exoskeleton.
because it's
That's
not all the way
solid.
cooked through. It would be total flakage if you really cooked that thing.
Complete flakage.
It wouldn't flake apart. It would still hold
Yeah.
its form, but easily flakeable.
Easily flakable.
Whereas,
but again, I honestly think to a certain extent, like it comes off like snake skin.
There's no flaking to a Hot Pocket. Also,
that's a thick dough. That's a thick dough.
The corners, dangerous, right? Like that could easily stab through a toaster strudel. Also, think about just the fundamentals. Think about the fundamentals of how each is created, shall we say. In order to cook a Hot Pocket, you have to wrap it in some type of nuclear device that somehow
like when you go to get an
infuses
X-ray.
you have
they
to
put the vest on
and then you
you.
put it in a microwave for 2 minutes.
Wow.
A toaster strudel, you can put that thing in a toaster on 3, push it down for 45, bing.
That is a great call. Because people always talk about Twinkies surviving nuclear holocaust. Hot Pockets could...
They were made for the hot...
exactly.
You would have an infinite food supply at the moment, and the second after the bomb went off, because you'd have a bunch of cooked Hot Pockets.
You put a pallet of Hot Pockets at Hiroshima. Hiroshima. You put a pallet... Let's take that back. You put a pallet of Hot Pockets at Hiroshima, you're getting a golden brown treat for the end of World War II.
Yes.
To celebrate the end of the war.
I agree. The plane wasn't flying. The plane peeled back around, went down, picked up the perfectly cooked Hot Pockets, had a snack the whole way home.
Damn straight. Right back to the boys.
Yeah. Also, we talked about the shell already, but we haven't even referenced besides the temperature of the inside.
Sure.
The sheer amount of filling.
There's a lot in a Hot Pocket.
Is much more than in a Hot Pocket than in a toaster strudel. Now, they're probably about the same length. The toaster strudel does have a little bit more width.
Yeah.
Right? But it is more narrow. It doesn't have the density. I know you're saying it's got a little bit of sponges. Again,
it does have sponges. Like it's got give. Like it'd be harder to stab through it with the corner of the Hot Pocket than you think.
But you could take a toaster strudel like this and rip it in half.
Yeah, easier than a Hot Pocket.
Way easier than a Hot Pocket.
That's for sure. And for the minimal amount of filling relative to the Hot Pocket, it gets the job done, and it's a sticky filling. Like, it's nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah, but
it's gooey.
Yeah, but when you bite into a toaster strudel, there's no, like, that's the other thing. If the toaster strudel were able to land a somewhat crucial hit early, it would get squirted on with hot, steamy oil.
That's right.
Hot, steamy pepperoni oil. And it would be in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of trouble.
Yeah.
It's like when you eat, I know now I'm talking about pizza logs, but you know when you bite into a pizza log and nobody in the room is safe?
Yep.
Same thing with a Hot Pocket.
No, I had a cousin who went blind that way.
Yeah.
And that's a natural defense mechanism that the Hot Pocket has. It's like those frogs in the Amazon that are like poisonous.
Yeah, well, it's like an octopus. It inks.
Yeah, it inks. The Hot Pocket's fucking ink.
Hot Pocket's ink. I'm gonna lock myself in on the Pizza Hot Pocket. I think it's a stacked board, but the toaster strudel doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, I completely agree. Hot Pockets for the win on this one. You got to take them.
I appreciate your willingness to comply, Andrew.
I have to say it. I
Strength
love a toaster
in community. Lock that in. 2-0 Hot Pockets over toaster strudels. Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Who would win of the week? That brought me to a thought. And I want to know if you still have this memory in you. Because I do think about it every once in a while. And it is the holiday season coming up. We will be seeing a lot of our family in a short amount of time, in a short few weeks here. Do you remember, I think we were in New York City. And we were out to eat with some of our extended family. And there was we had appetizers.
I was just thinking about this the other day.
And we had mozzarella sticks as an appetizer.
We were at this Mexican restaurant that was run by a family of Chinese people.
Yes. And we had mozzarella sticks as an appetizer.
Yeah.
And we were young.
Authentic.
Yeah, we were young. I would say you were probably 7.
8.
And there's one mozzarella stick left. And these mozzarella sticks have been posted up in front of Andrew's plate. That was his go-to at the time. Like, it was one of those things where, you have a younger child and you're going to make them eat something from the restaurant, but you'll kind of give them a pity appetizer to fill them up a little bit.
That's not true.
You know what I'm saying?
That was not my relationship to mozzarella sticks. Not even close.
In that case, it was.
No, it wasn't. That's not true. Continue.
Regardless,
I'm not a pussy when it comes to food. I love munching down.
No, at the time though.
No.
Yes, you won't even eat fucking baked beans.
Deny. That's different, Matthew. That's a specific food that I don't like, but I've tried it.
Why don't you like them? They're delicious.
They're gross. They're sloppy. They're just sloppy fucking little bits. Nah. They're little bits of slop, little bits of brown slop.
Baked beans are a top-tier summer side.
No.
Yes.
I mean, I think culturally maybe that's true. But
top
sometimes
three
the
summer
culture
sides.
gets
Top three
things
summer
wrong.
sides.
I don't know. Summer sides. I got nothing.
I would say my top 3 in no particular order are probably
that one macaroni
corn on
salad.
the cob.
Oh, okay, yeah, corn on the cob.
Yeah, the penne,
the
oil,
Wegmans macaroni salad
with the macaroni salad,
with the mozzarella in it,
with the mozzarella, and baked beans.
Baked beans are so gross.
Then what's your substitution for that? Like,
I
what's
don't
your
need
next
one.
side?
What's my next side?
Grilled vegetables.
No, give me a break, okay? Don't just because I don't insult me. Just because, all right, I don't like the baked beans. Baked beans, it's what hobos eat. It's what they had on the range because they couldn't eat anything else.
No, because they're delicious.
No,
and they're easy. It's
all they had. Yeah, exactly. That doesn't mean it's good. In fact, quite the opposite.
What about beefaroni?
So
Take
disgusting.
on beefaroni.
Any
Cold.
like gross pasta that comes in a can, disgusting.
No.
Any like Chef Boyardee, all that stuff, gross. SpaghettiOs, disgusting. All that stuff. And let me tell you something. I get that the people that like that shit, and you're listening to me right now, I get that you liked that stuff when you're a kid. 2 things. Number 1, you're a grown up, okay? You don't eat SpaghettiOs anymore. Number 2, You're wrong. Your cultural memory is just incredibly wrong.
Like,
also, just so you know, you're trash. You're an absolute garbage person.
No, here's
you're
the
garbage.
thing. Because I never ate that stuff growing up because I thought it was gross. Like, I have specific memories of us being in daycare and me, like, literally activating terrorism mode at our daycare.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to eat Hamburger Helper.
Matthew was the Osama bin Laden of our preschool. I want that on the record. That's the truest thing that has ever been said on this podcast.
Here's the thing, though. Like, now that I think about it, how delicious is probably Hamburger Helper? It's probably so good.
I bet you it is. But I agree.
And on the flip side of that, I bet you if I put a kid's cuisine meal in front of you right now, it would be disgusting.
Emily and I were just talking about this before you got here.
Except for the brownie. The brownie would still be gas.
I don't know. I don't know. I could see that.
Well, the nugget. I mean, the nuggets one, that's obviously nuggets. But, like, I feel like TV dinners, I feel like, have gone by the wayside.
Sure.
Because that's just probably gross. Like, people used to eat, like, meat in TV dinners.
Yeah, Hungry Man meals and stuff. But I think that the TV dinner technology has come a long way. It's come a really long way.
But instead now you got to buy, like, a Stouffer's. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Stouffer's is.
And it takes like an hour and 70 minutes. That's 2 hours and 10 minutes, by the way. But it takes an hour and 70 minutes to, like, heat up like a half a bowl of macaroni.
For those of you who are doing the
They
math
sell
out
pot pies. They sell individual single serve pot pies that literally take over an hour to cook in an oven on 500 degrees.
That's when frozen meals get sad because
or like the enchiladas.
Oh yeah.
Like those things you need to cook those for an entire day.
That's a day. That's a full
18
day.
hours in the oven at 500.
Your day's gone for just a little fiesta.
Back to this story.
What the fuck? Story? What story?
The mozzarella stick.
Oh my God. What a journey we just went on. And this story does not live up to the hype. I'll tell you that right now.
No, but it's something that we need to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, keep going. I'll let you tell the story.
So there's the one mozzarella stick. It's in the little red.
See, now I know you're wrong because it was on a blue ceramic plate. See, his brain, he's going into his mind palace. He can't remember shit. Oh, the CTE.
You know what I'm talking about? I remember
affected his mozzarella stick memory.
The red baskets with the paper.
Yeah, but that's not what it was. That's how they served them at Applebee's. But this particular order of mozzarella sticks was served on a blue ceramic plate.
Maybe I just assume that all mozzarella sticks are served.
That is how they are traditionally served in the home.
Applebee's, they don't serve them. They serve them in a metal cookie sheet that's about this big. With the parchment paper.
Yeah, you're right. But this was on a blue ceramic plate.
So now that the setting is set, the scene is set.
Sure. Both. I mean, you were correct the first time.
But the setting is set.
I wouldn't have said it that way either.
A young Andrew offers up what everybody in the world everybody but Helen Keller knows is the sympathy ask. Like, I'm about to eat this, but before I kind of make myself feel like a scumbag for just dummying all of these, let me just pitch, hey, does anybody want this last mozzarella stick? Does anybody want this last mozzarella stick? You almost whisper. You don't even say it aloud. You almost whisper it just so it grazes people's ears so that they know, like, okay, Andrew's about to eat the last mozzarella stick. That's really more what it is.
No, just enough so that they can have the appropriate quick reaction.
No,
exactly.
Yes, eat the thing. It's saying that statement is almost not even an actual.
It's an empty proposal.
It's actually more of a statement of saying I'm going to eat this last mozzarella stick.
It's a nice way to say I'm about to chow down.
Yes. And our cousin.
I'm holding the plate up, by the way.
Yes.
So that everyone can see it. Offering it.
Does anybody want this last mozzarella stick? In a loud table of people. Our cousin from out of the cut. Boom. 8 chairs plus down. Like it wasn't actually that big. But
it was right next to you.
Yeah. It was across from you. Fuck. Are you sure? Maybe I was across from you. Regardless. This happens. And without even blinking an eye, the second the words roll off Andrew's tongue, our cousin says, "Oh sure," grabs it, dunks it, puts it in his mouth. Like it was one of the quickest tactical reloads of a mozzarella stick to the mouth.
You could see the steam line still, like from the plate into his mouth. That's how quick he downed it.
And I think about that a lot.
I was thinking about that like a couple of days ago, maybe yesterday even. It's funny you bring that story up.
It's the holiday season.
It's the holiday season. And Rudy toot and Jubidoo Bop and everybody's coming to town.
And the shloobidoo-bidoo-bye. I saw a thing today that Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, is about to get a $207 million contract.
Wow. What team does he play for?
I think he plays for Juventus still.
Okay.
I could do a quick Google search and let you know.
All right. I mean, I don't know a goddamn thing about soccer. But man, that's a lot of money.
You haven't been watching the World Cup?
No.
Soft. I've been buzzing about the World Cup.
I just don't care.
The problem is all these numbers are in different forms of currency. I don't know what any of them mean. I don't even know like what it doesn't say like euro or any or peso. It just has like not a dollar sign.
Yeah. I'm not gonna learn what this is.
And there's multiple different options.
It's not dollars.
There's one that looks like if you combined an E with an L.
Yeah. What's that? The pound?
And that says 127.9 M. 127.9 million ELs.
ELs?
Which sounds like it would be equivalent to...
Don't forget
sounds like it would be equivalent to 500 million C's with 2 lines through the middle.
Which I believe is rupees. That's not right. I don't know what C with 2 lines it is. I don't know what currency that is.
I gotta look up currency.
Rupees! 10,000 rupees! Slumdog Millionaire. Remember when the guy keeps talking about the rupees? That movie fucking
All right,
rules.
the C is a euro.
Mm-hmm.
And
the C is a euro.
The LE is a pound.
Hell yeah, I know what pounds are.
Rupees?
I'm an international man of
Rupees?
Rupees.
Rupees are crazy.
Let me see the symbol for rupee.
It looks like an R, but you take away the first line and you just leave this, and then you put
Let me see it. Oh, rupees is cool. Rupees is all right.
I didn't. I fucked you there.
Yeah, you did, but I found it. I could tell by what you meant. Oh my god, the dinar. You got to draw 2 fucking things for the dinar. That's too much. That's too much. So this is just something I meant to tell you actually before we start recording. But so the Spotify shit all came out today. What do they call that? The wrap-ups?
Yeah, the year in review is what I call it. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
So I guess if you're like an artist, you get one as well that tells you like how many people have listened to your music and stuff. And the Brookhaven boys, I don't know if you remember, but the last time they were on the show, you told us all about how there's a conspiracy theory that Finland isn't real. Do you remember this? Well, you did.
No, was it Finland?
Yeah.
I know it was a country.
Yes, and it was
Finland.
Finland.
It was a land.
It was Finland.
Yeah, then yes.
So you told us this whole story about how Finland's not real and why people think that, and we, Emily clipped it, and then we posted a couple places, and it did pretty well, especially like for where we were at that time. So their year in review came out today. Guess what the number 2 country is that has listened to their music the most after the United States?
I would have to guess Finland.
It is, in fact, Finland. Finland said, we're going to prove you wrong, which I think only deepens the conspiracy that Finland...
Because they have great music, but how the fuck... Like, who in Finland discovered them?
Because of the clip is what I'm telling you.
Oh!
Yeah,
so
dummy.
Shout out to me!
Yeah. And shout out to Finland.
Brookhaven boys, I would 100% tour with the fellas to Finland.
Oh man,
Finland tour.
Finland tour.
Finland
Finland is a great place. Like as far as if it's real,
Yeah,
from
we
what
don't
I've seen, it's awesome. It's really nice. I would love to move to one of those Scandinavian countries. The happiest country in the world or whatever
I gotta remember that. That's
is
funny.
always like Holland or something. And I do
they have
like that.
hollandaise sauce.
And that makes people happy. That doesn't matter.
Is that the
doesn't
Netherlands?
track.
Is that qualified?
The
as
Netherlands.
Fuck
Yeah,
the
that's right.
Netherlands.
No to the Netherlands.
We
Why?
want to beat their ass.
In soccer or just in
Because the
general?
U.S. of A plays them Saturday morning, 10 a.m.
okay.
Eastern.
Well, I'm undecided. That
Orange?
I'm going to root for.
Your country's national. Your color is orange.
That's pretty rough.
That's brutal. What
That's
are
a
you,
tough
inmates? Fucking losers.
Yeah, you're not Australia. That would be funny if the Australians all came out like that, but they're too busy committing an Aborigine genocide, so. Not a lot of time for sewing when you've got that going on in the old outback. A cold Foster's and a needle and thread. Jennifer Lopez. That's the touchstone for an Australian accent. Because I know I wasn't even trying to do one right there.
Oh yeah, you
Just so
want
everybody
me to
knows.
start trying? You want me to start trying?
Yeah, you want me to start
Yeah.
trying Australian accent? Because I could do it. I just wasn't even trying.
I don't want you
But
to try.
Jennifer Lopez. Just try saying Jennifer Lopez.
I'm not good at
in an
Australian.
Yeah, but so say Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, that was
Yeah, I
bad. That was
Jennifer-
fucking terrible.
Jennifer.
Steve Irwin's rolling over in his
Jennifer
grave.
Jennifer.
Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez. Welcome back to Aussie Oz. Jennifer Lopez.
Your Jennifer isn't great.
Jennifer
The Lopez is good.
Lopez. No, I'm saying it correctly in the Australian accent. Jennifer Lopez.
No, but I'm telling you, the Jennifer's not that great.
I really thought that I was going to marry Steve Irwin's daughter when I was a kid.
I think a lot of people did.
I was like, oh, okay, so I'm just going to marry Bindi Irwin. Sounds good. She seems super, like, she has been stolen away from me, though, by somebody. Like, she is married
Somebody
now.
way cooler.
Somebody
than me, I'm
moved
sure.
in. I think he's just got a thicker neck. Okay, that's all. But once
She's into thick
I get
necks?
to jiu-jitsu, baby.
Yeah. And you're
my God.
rolling.
Once
I start rolling,
Once I start rolling, my neck's not even going to be able to fit through that door.
your neck's wider than your shoulders.
Hell yeah, buddy. I'm all neck. Ooh. I'm going to pass by ladies on the street. Ooh. That man's
Look at
all
that
neck.
neck go.
That man's all neck.
I'm like at a neck.
From top to bottom, all neck. You got a neck that don't quit. My God.
Moving past that, I had one thing left to say.
I gotta use those chains they used to hold cruise ships to docks as a
What was I gonna
necklace.
say? That's what you went with there. You should. Just
If I had had more time to get the wording right, it would have been better. But I'm thinking of my feet.
Fuck, you sent me down a. Oh, this is so stupid. I can't believe this is what I was waiting to say. I'm not even gonna. It was a memory that I had when you started doing the Australian accent, and it was not a good one. Like the memory wasn't bad; it just wasn't relevant to say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it anyway because it came up on my phone the other day. When I was in college, I took a Snapchat video because I was in Philosophy 274, Social and Political Philosophy with Dr. Chanderban, who was a Jeopardy star after, by the way.
Nice.
Shout
Good
out to
name.
him.
Good name too.
Yeah, good dude. Very tough class, but I enjoyed it. The one day I was in lecture, and for no reason at all, there was just a random Croc in the corner of the room, like a black shoe. You know, it was Crocs.
Mario
brand
Batali.
Croc. Yeah. So I took a video of it in lecture. I was like, crikey, there's a Croc in philosophy.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That's great. That's fucking funny.
Appreciate you.
That's funny as hell.
On that note, I'm going to go...
I kind of want, when I was pitching who would win ideas today, I kind of want, because I wanted to do like a school snack, which maybe we could do one next week. But I
snack
kind
that
of
smiles
wanted
back.
goldfish. That's a good one. But I wanted to do it mostly so I
whales.
could run to Tops real quick and like get them because I want some cosmic brownies. I haven't had a cosmic brownie in years.
I had one not that long ago. I was
They're
like
the
getting
best.
something. I was like getting like a Gatorade or something at
Yeah.
7-Eleven and took the long way back to the register. And
Oh, I love that.
What are you
Just
gonna do?
exploring 7-Eleven. Just you're not even gonna get anything. Just like checking it all out. I love that.
those and like donuts, like you know the mini donuts
Yeah.
that are at chocolate. They're just covered in chocolate. Like
Yep.
those aren't good, but they're the best at the same time.
They're mad cheap, like to eat, but they are good.
Like-
They do hit the spot.
And they're not good, but they're just good.
Yeah.
Like you'd think that any other kind of donut would be better than that. It's the lazy man's donut,
Right.
but it's so good.
Yeah, they are delicious.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
I got one more thing.
Okay.
I lost it.
My eyes are getting weary. My back
You can
is
sing
getting
us out.
tight.
I'll think of if I think of it.
Sitting here in traffic on the Queens Road Bridge tonight. But I don't care, 'cause all I want to do is cash my check and drive right home to you.
I can't
Baby,
think of it.
all my life I will be
Andy.
driving home to King of Queens.
Is that the theme song?
Yeah. What a good theme.
Is it tough to be a UPS driver like that? Like, is that all you're thinking about all day?
Oh, it's tough when you're in the truck and you're just sitting there and you're like, my eyes are getting weary.
All right. We don't need to do
My
it again.
back is getting tight. I'm sitting here in traffic on the Queens Road Bridge tonight. But I don't care, 'cause all I want to do
No!
is cash my check and
I'll
drive
start
right
throwing,
home
I'll
to
start throwing
you.
stuff. I wish I could remember what I was going to say.
Baby, this isn't jogging your memory?
No,
Life
this
I
is
will
making it
be
worse. This is
driving
making me-
home to you.
This is hurting my body.
Little saxophone solo
Yeah.
out. What a great tune.
Oh, George Michael.
Yeah, George Michael.
Careless Whisper. Andy.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's not Careless
Ding,
Whisper.
ding, ding, ding.
That's George Lopez. You Lopez'd me.
You just got
Why'd you go
Lopez.
Lopez?
You just
Why
got
does my-
Lopez, bitch.
Why does my head feel so large?
That is the funniest bit on there. That's so fucking funny.
What?
That how when they would do young George Lopez,
He
it
would
was just
still have
George
to-
Lopez's like grown up head on a child's body.
Well, they did that in...
Yeah, the one good joke from the Love Guru, and they stole it from George Lopez.
First of all, so many good
If
jokes.
you start talking about Piss Mop right now, I'm gonna let's
Piss
get
Mop!
the fuck out of here.
No, I can name... there's so many good jokes in that movie. The Quebec pizza. That's not even a joke. That's
They
just
came
nails.
back pizza.
No, the Quebec.
What I said was funnier. They came back pizza. That's
The
just
Quebec.
a funny sentence.
It's a Pop-Tart with the ketchup.
Yeah, they came
What
back
did you do to
pizza.
my rooster? It looks like a schnauzer.
All right, this
That
interview
movie's
is done.
so
This press
good.
conference is over. I did not have sexual relations with that
Shrimp.
woman. I did not have sexual relations with Jeffrey Epstein.
Andy, I love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.